Welcome to Sao Luis in Brazil. This is a beautiful island city that feels like a dream left behind by time. Between Africa and Portugal, between the rhythms of reggae and the whispers of colonial ghosts, Sao Luis is where the past never died, it just learned how to dance. In 4 days, I'll show you how this forgotten capital of Maranhão becomes one of Brazil's most hauntingly beautiful secrets, from the cobblestone heart of the old town to the endless white dunes and turquoise lagoons of Lençóis Maranhenses. Day 1 begins with the scent of sea breeze and azulejo tiles, thousands of them, shimmering like fish scales in the morning light. This is Centro Histórico de São Luís, a cityscape painted in faded blues, yellows, and whites, a mosaic of Portuguese dreams from the 17th century. Start your morning at Praça Benedito Leite, where time itself seems to hesitate. From here, walk up toward Rua Portugal, the city's most photographed street. Every tile here was imported from Portugal. Every doorway hides a story of merchants, slaves, and poets. As you walk through Rua da Estrela, the steady rhythm of reggae drifts out from open windows. São Luís is, after all, the reggae capital of Brazil. For breakfast, taste your first Café da Manhã Maranhense, fresh tapioca pancakes filled with coconut, and a glass of Guarana Jesus, the bright pink soda that's practically religion here. Now, step into Museu Histórico e Artístico do Maranhão. Housed in a colonial mansion, it holds the pulse of the island's history, Baroque furniture, delicate porcelain, and stories of sugar and resistance. A few blocks away, find Palácio dos Leões, perched dramatically above the sea. Once the governor's palace, now it's a symbol of São Luis's enduring grace. From its terrace, you see the waves brush against the shore. The same waves that carried ships from Africa and Europe centuries ago. But São Luís hides its heart deeper still. As the afternoon heat settles, head to Casa das Tulas Market, the city's oldest. The air here is thick with aromas: dried shrimp, cassava flour, pepper sauces, and rum made from sugarcane. Local vendors offer you tiqueira, a traditional purple liquor made from manioc, as old as the city itself. End your first night at Restaurante Scenic. Famous for its arroz de cuxá, rice cooked with vinagrera leaves, shrimp, sesame, and nuts, a dish that captures the essence of Maranhão in a single bite. As the night deepens, follow the reggae drums echoing through Praia Grande. This is São Luís after dark, alive, swaying, and endlessly hypnotic. Day 2 Start your morning at Praia de São Marcos, where the city skyline meets the ocean. Watch locals jogging along the promenade, fishermen hauling in nets. The salty air, the sun climbing higher, it's a quiet symphony and a great place to start your day. Walk along the coast to Praia do Calhão, another stretch of paradise. Stop for breakfast at Cabana do Sol, one of São Luis's iconic restaurants. And try peixe frito com farofa, crispy fish with cassava flour and lime, served right by the sea. From the coast, return to the heart of the city. To visit the Museu do Reggae, the only one of its kind in Latin America, and first reggae museum outside Jamaica. Inside, you'll learn how Jamaican rhythms took root here, and became a second language, how Bob Marley became as beloved as any local hero. This museum not only preserves reggae's legacy, but also highlights its local adaptation, where the rhythm became part of the city's soul and identity. Then, head to Igreja da Sé, São Luis's cathedral, where colonial elegance and Baroque splendor meet quiet devotion. A short walk away lies Teatro Arthur Azevedo, one of Brazil's oldest theaters. If you're lucky, you'll catch a rehearsal echoing through the gilded hall. For lunch, go local at Cafofino da Tia Dica, where you can savor torta de camarão, shrimp pie, and bacuri juice, a tropical fruit that tastes like honey and mystery. After lunch, journey to Lagoa da Jansen, a lagoon surrounded by palm trees and cafes. Rent a bike or take a walk around the water's edge. The view at sunset here is one of the best in São Luís. As twilight sets in, climb to Mirante da Lagoa, where you'll see the entire city bathed in gold. For dinner, dine at Restaurante Cabana do Sol, Calhau location. This time for Caranguejo ao leite de coco, crab cooked in coconut milk. As you taste the sea one last time tonight, know that tomorrow, you'll leave this island for something that feels almost unearthly, a journey into the white heart of Maranhão. Day 3 at 4 a.m. The city is silent, only the hum of your car breaking the stillness. You're leaving Sao Luis behind, tracing a path through the sleeping countryside, toward the Lençóis Maranhenses National Park, a desert of white sand and blue lagoons that stretches beyond imagination. After about 4 hours, you arrive at Barreiras, the entry point to this surreal landscape. Grab breakfast by the river, pão de queijo and coffee, as the first light paints the dunes in gold. From here, board a 4x4 vehicle, and brace yourself. The road dissolves into sand. The air grows quiet. The horizon becomes a dream. You reach Lagoa Bonita, one of the park's most famous lagoons. Its turquoise waters surrounded by rippling dunes that look like silk under the sun. Jump in. The water is warm, calm, perfect. Then, move on to Lagoa Azul, whose color is so vivid it seems impossible. Simply, a paradise on Earth and a unique place in our planet. Back in Barreiras, stop at Restaurante O Bambu, famous for moqueca maranhense, a fish stew bubbling with coconut milk, peppers, and cilantro. In the afternoon, take a boat ride along the Rio Preguiças, giving you a mix of nature, culture, and scenic beauty. Your ride will pass by villages like Vassouras, also known as Pequeños Lençóis, where you can stroll the dunes, sample fresh coconut, and sometimes encounter monkeys. In Mandacaru village, where you can find the Preguiças lighthouse, offering panoramic views over the river, dunes, and ocean, an endless horizon of white and blue. Return to Sao Luis by nightfall, tired but transformed. Tomorrow, Sao Luis still has one more story to tell. Day 4, your final day, begins in the neighborhood of Madre Deus, birthplace of Sao Luis's most famous festivals, Bumba Meu Boi. If you visit in June, you'll see the city explode in color and rhythm. Dancers in feathered masks reenacting legends that mix Catholicism, African faith, and native magic. This is a secret Brazilian festival dating back over 300 years, a festival not to be missed. Afterwards, visit Casa do Maranhão Museum, where costumes, drums, and masks tell the story of this unique celebration. Then, walk toward Convento das Merces, a majestic 17th-century building that once housed monks, and now celebrates Afro-Brazilian heritage. For lunch, go to Antigamente restaurant, hidden in a colonial courtyard. Order carne de sol com macaxeira, sun-dried beef with cassava, and sip aguardente de caju, a fiery local spirit. Then, spend the afternoon at Fonte das Pedras, a tranquil park, centered around a natural spring. Locals come here to cool off, chat, and enjoy coconut water. Continue toward Museu de Artes Visuais, housed in another tile-clad building. The art inside mirrors the city's dual soul, African rhythm, European melancholy. Finally, as the sun sets, make your way to Praia Grande once more. The music begins to rise, reggae, laughter, drums. Your last dinner in Sao Luis is at Flor de Vinagreira, a rooftop restaurant overlooking the sea. Try camarão no leite de coco com arroz de cuxá, paired with a passion fruit caipirinha. As the waves shimmer below, the city lights flicker across the bay, and you realize, Sao Luis was never just a destination. It was a heartbeat. And under the Atlantic moon, you finally hear it, the steady rhythm of a city that never stopped singing. This was Sao Luis. 4 days. One endless song.